One of the things I struggled to understand and apply while learning Python as a beginner is the use of star and double star in functions. They are used in two different scenarios: function calls and function definitions, ARGS and KWARGS. In this video, we are going to simplify these two syntaxes and provide you with different use cases from a real project. Without further delay, let's dive in. Whenever you come across star args in a function definition, it simply means that any number of positional arguments sent in a function call should be captured as args. If we check the type of args, we see that it is a tuple. Let's try to print out the type of args. Print type args. Let's run the program and see the output. Great! As we can see, the type of args is a tuple, and we can easily retrieve tuple items by using the index number. Index of 0 is referring to the first item, args. Index of 1 is referring to the second item. Let's print out the values to the terminal. Print. Now let's execute the program to see the output. Great! As you can see, we have been able to access the tuple items by using the index number. You should also note that using an index value that is not present can lead to an index error. Let's use index of 2 and see the output. Let's run the program again. This shows index error because two items, ray and 10, are present in args. You make use of these star args in your code when you are not really sure about the number of positional arguments that will be sent when the function is called. Let's revisit the sum numbers function we used in the previous lesson. Let's comment out this part of the code. This function implementation only caters to two arguments because two parameters are listed in the function definition. Calling this function with more than two arguments will throw an error because only two arguments are expected. Let's add another argument to see what happens. 5. Now let's execute the program and see the output. Python throws a type error. Sum_numbers function takes two positional arguments, but 3 were given. As a matter of fact, the code editor is already showing us a warning. Remove one unexpected argument. Remember, we mentioned that the number of arguments must be the same as the number of parameters. Arguments are the actual values passed to the function call. So we need to update the function definition to accept 3 arguments. Let's call it n3, which is the third number. Sum of the 3 numbers is the result. What happens if we now decide to sum 4 numbers together? We would have to keep updating the function definition, which can be challenging and may not make the code very flexible. The solution here is to use star args because you are uncertain about the number of positional arguments that will be sent in the function call. Or you simply want to capture all the positional arguments at once without having to list them one by one in the function definition. Now let's replace all these parameters with star args. You can decide to use any other name, but the convention in the Python community is to use args, which stands for arguments. The positional arguments are now captured into these args as a tuple. For now, let's print out the value of args. Print args. Let's run the program and see the output. As you can see, all the positional arguments are now captured as a tuple. The next step is to sum all the numbers together. We can use the built-in sum function to achieve this sum. Then we pass in the positional arguments, which is a tuple args. The sum function takes an iterable such as a list or a tuple and returns the sum. That means we don't have a limitation on the number of values that can be passed to the function call. Now let's run the program and see the output. Great, sum of the numbers is 55. We can pass as many positional arguments as we want. 90, 150. The length does not really matter. Now let's run the program again and see the output. Great, sum of the numbers is 295. This code is more flexible than the previous one. Let me show you another example. This is a code snippet taken from a Django codebase, a Python framework used for building web applications. It means the first 2 parameters are required and any other positional arguments are captured in args as a tuple. The double star kwargs is similar to star kwargs. Keyword arguments sent from a function call are packed into a dictionary and captured as kwargs. This is particularly useful when you do not want to restrict the function to specific keyword arguments. You use it to accept arbitrary arguments to be passed in the function call. Let's check the type of kwargs by using the print function print type kwargs. Let's run the program and see the output. As you can see, this is a dictionary, a dict data type. Now let's move on to see the captured value for kwargs. Let's execute the program again. Great. As you can see, the keyword arguments are now captured as a dictionary in QWARGS. In the function body, we can decide to pick the data we need from QWARGS. Remember, QWARGS is a dictionary, which means we can access the items by using the keys. We need to mention any key present. Let's print out the result. We are able to access the value of the key. If the key is not present, it throws a key error. That's why you may want to use .get method. We can mutate the original data present in the dictionary. Because dictionaries are mutable, keyword args name equals a new name, Ali. Let's print out the name. This line of code is going to update the value of name in the dictionary. The expected result now is Ali because we've updated the dictionary. Let's run the program. Great, Ali. Let's take a look at this snippet from a Django project. This function, as implied by its name, saves a notification object into the database and sends the content of the notification to a user's email. The presence of **QWARGS in the function definition indicates that this function can be called with any number of keyword arguments. As a matter of fact, we can call this function without passing any keyword arguments. In such case, QWARGS would be an empty dictionary. The keyword arguments from a function call are captured as a dictionary and assigned to the parameter QWARGS. In the function body, we are updating the content of the dictionary. That is, the value of this key in the dictionary user should be this value. This one is just because I did not import user. This part of the code is an ORM operation. We are querying a specific user from the database using the ID coming from QWARGS. After that, we save the notification into the database using ORM. And finally, we send a message to the user. I hope this makes sense. You use *ARGS and *QWARGS a lot when you have to override methods from a library. When you have a function that looks like this, the first positional argument is required. The required here is just a name. You can use any other name. All other positional arguments are collected into args as a tuple, while keyword arguments are collected into QWARGS as a dictionary. Putting a star before an iterable, such as a list or a tuple in a function call, means that the elements of the iterable should be passed as separate positional arguments in the function call. So this part of the code is equivalent to saying sum_numbers. Then each element of the iterable has separate positional argument 50, 40. This is called argument unpacking. That is, you are unpacking the items you have here and passing them individually here. I hope that makes sense. Let's print out the summation of the scores. Print total. Let's execute the program and see the output. Great, the sum of the numbers is 110. We can include as many numbers as needed. Let's execute the program again. Great. My favorite is the dictionary form, which uses $. Let's try out an example. Whenever you see $* and a variable in a function call, it means that this dictionary should be passed as keyword arguments, that is, key value pairs into the function call. This is equivalent to notification logger, the user key in the dictionary, and the value should be this. Another key in the dictionary, which is type, equals password change, and finally content, which is a key in the dictionary. The value should be this. Your password was successfully changed. This means you are simply unpacking the items in the dictionary and passing them as keyword arguments into the function call. I hope you now understand *ARGS and *QWARGS. You should definitely explore these tips because they offer a lot of flexibility. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Happy Pythoning! Thanks for watching.